Buried deep below the mountains of garbage that comes out pretty late lie three special films within the bargain bin of filth. This is Bargain Bin-Anza, Shart.
Just a reminder, if you have had diarrhea within the past 2 weeks, please get out of the hot tub. This is Shart Week. Welcome to Bombs Away, a bad movie comedy podcast. My name is Shark Finner Tyler Rowe. Joining me inside the studio, as always, is...
Paddleboat Peyton Bieber.
Oh my... Okay, that took me by surprise. That was so good.
It just came to me.
And the other one...
Shark teeth or shark skin, which came first? They're one and the same. Jarrett Seifert.
Is that a shark fact?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's debated if shark teeth came first or shark scales came first, which I think it said shark fin now that I think about it.
You said teeth.
Okay, good. I was like, wait, was I mimicking you? But basically, they're made out of cartilage, and they have been around so long that bone wasn't a thing for them. So their teeth are made out of cartilage as well or something, but their skin is made out of the same thing, and their scales are basically like a bunch of interlocking shark teeth. So that's why when you
It's like sandpaper.
Oh, when you
if
touch
you
it,
pet
it
it one
hurts.
direction,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
soft, but if you pet it the other direction, your skin just gets ripped off
Which
your
I think
hand.
happened in Jaws 2.
Wow, I'm going to say right now, Jarrett did more research on that one shark fact than the 3 films we're going to cover today did on a single shark.
Wait, we watched 3? I thought it was 2.
I felt like
Just kidding.
4.
Yeah, it felt like one because they all had the same plot throughout all of them.
One was just bad Jurassic Park.
That's all
much.
3 of
Bad
them.
Jurassic World.
Yeah, why are we talking about sharks? Well, ladies and gentlemen, do you ever plan something so hard, you do so much research, and it's just all for none? Yes. That's because this
Bombs
is
Away.
Shart Week. Yes, Bombs Away. This is Shart Week, our
For nuns.
coverage of 3, count 'em 3, bad shark movies. And why I say, do you plan something so hard? Because every year, typically, in August, it's Shark Week. But for some reason, this year, 2021, Discovery Channel said, hey, let's put it in the beginning of July. So I completely missed the mark on hitting the cultural frenzy that was that jackass guy getting his hand bit off by a shark on television. But yeah, here we are. 3 shark movies coming to you. The 3 shark movies we're covering today are Deep Blue Sea 2. I will also like to mention that we somehow also happen to wrap 3 shark movies into one episode that are all sequels to shark movies that we've already covered on the show. So it's shark movie sequels. Deep Blue Sea 2, Jaws 4, and Cruel Jaws, Italian Jaws 5. I'm excited. Are you guys excited?
Heck yeah.
I am so wet.
Ooh.
Oh.
For those of you who may not be familiar with the format for these Bargain Bin-Anza episodes, it's a semi-casual conversation about 3 films that may not really need their own episodes. There may not be enough content to talk about them for about an hour and 15 minutes. So we do talk about them for about 25 minutes. But as Peyton is about to say, go ahead.
Cruel Jaws is actually really fun.
Yes.
Could it be its own episode?
I will tell you right now at the top of the episode, kind of putting the cart before the horse here. Cruel Jaws was so much fun. It'll probably be a future episode. If anyone out there wants us to do it live, we will gladly do it live.
Oh, yeah.
I know we said we weren't going to do live shows like ever again, but that movie,
It is the epitome of Bombs Away movies where it's bad, but in a good way. Like, it hits the perfect spot of
so literally
bad and good.
ones that we save for live shows.
Yeah.
It's a Bombs Away bullseye.
Yes, I would say it is akin in my eyes to a Hard Ticket to Hawaii, Miami Connection, Death Spa type. Like, it's right in that niche of
Just
what
want
we...
to say I've been on all 3 of those episodes.
I've been on one of them. So, all right, let's get into it. Also, the way that it is that one person leads the discussion. And I thought, thematic-wise, each of us would cover the shark movie that pertained to us the best. Jarrett is the lover of Deep Blue Sea. He's the reason we did it on the show. So, Jarrett, why don't you go ahead and lead us into Deep Blue Sea 2?
I was going
Electric
to start
Boogaloo.
off. I don't think I'm the reason we did it on the show. The reason we did Deep Blue Sea on the show is because it was a live audience interaction
And
show.
it was a bad movie.
And it was a bad movie. And everyone got wet.
Oh,
And
and
for
we
those-
splashed water on them.
Yeah. For those that don't know, we did do this as a live show and it was more interactive than others. We had super soakers and, I don't know, buckets of water.
Wet and Wild. There was lighting effects. There was fog effects.
There was a shark that got sucked into the ceiling.
This
It's
is
still the best moment that no one was there.
yeah, I wish you guys. It was funnier than our entire post show. I promise you. We had a remote control shark that we spent like $30 on. It was one of those inflatable ones, and we were testing it out in the Frida lobby, and it got sucked into the air conditioning immediately, and it got like ripped up. The fin got shot off like the beginning of this
Never
film.
found it.
Never found it, and then we never used it.
It's lodged in the AC forever.
That building's gonna burn down because of that shark fin stuck in the air conditioning.
And it's made this weird sound like
It was stuck there for like 5 minutes, just like getting sucked on the fan.
It's so good.
Do you know what's not good?
This movie.
This movie.
This is probably the worst of the three that we watched.
Oh,
really?
really?
Yeah.
Even
You
Jaws
really
4?
think that?
Even worse than Jaws 4, yeah.
Oh,
Because at least Jaws 4
at
had
least there's a
like...
body count in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, I would... Then I guess I'll say tomato
Yeah.
of the worst. So basically, the premise of this is kind of like Deep Blue Sea was originally the Jurassic Park of Deep Blue Sea, and then they were like, well, it's been about 20 years. What if we did it again? And so this movie's kind of the Jurassic World of Deep Blue Sea.
That is a really good comparison.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, the best way to describe this movie is, have you seen
Have
Deep
you
Blue
seen the
Sea?
same hallway 50 times, but with red, blue, or green lighting?
Oh my
because
gosh.
it's all one T-shaped hallway that they use.
Do you know what's crazy? I would give this movie some credence if this fact I'm about to tell you wasn't done because of cost necessity, but this was filmed in Cape Town. They're actually in South
Really?
Africa filming this movie. And I would say that's dedication to like your location and your craft, but they just did it because it's cheap to film there.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
and funny enough, like about this movie, stupid, Cape Town is very well known for one type of shark.
Great whites?
Great whites, not the type of shark that's in this movie.
Bull
Yeah.
sharks.
Bull sharks.
What?
Bull shark!
Oh, it was in Cruel Jaws where they're like, it's a
Tiger shark.
It's a tiger
All three
shark.
of these movies have a different type of shark in them.
but in Cruel Jaws they keep showing
It's always a great white.
It's always a great white.
It's always a great white. Yeah, our main character is like really scared of bull sharks, and they never really explained why.
I wouldn't say she's scared of them.
No,
I would say she's scared of them. She can't. She
No.
keeps being like,
She's scared of the fact that they're like genetically modified and they're no longer sharks.
GMO sharks.
Yeah.
No trans fats.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's afraid,
Organically.
but it's more like she's aware of
The danger.
threat.
Yeah.
I just think it's so funny that they're like, so she's talking at a symposium about, like, some guy's like, hey, what's the most dangerous shark? And she's like, a bull shark. And she's like, so like,
I didn't even notice that part.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
she got
You
to
did?
the end of her presentation and she just straight up goes, and thank you for letting me talk. Shut it down. Or I was like, wasn't that where there's supposed to be questions?
But
What's
I'm saying
happening?
is like, she's asked, what's the most dangerous shark? That's why I'm saying she's scared of bull sharks for some reason, because the way she says it, she's like, eyes blacker than a nose, eyes. Like, she's just so scared of these sharks. And then later on, when we find out they're testing on bull sharks, she's like, oh, bull sharks.
Maybe they're like the most aggressive.
I think she
They
was
are.
like mugged by a bull shark when she was a teenager, and she was
Her
like,
parents were killed.
her parents were bull sharks
yeah.
and they fought all the time. Now she's traumatized.
Yeah, so I guess this movie just kind of goes on the same exact way that the other Deep Blue Sea movie goes on.
And
The
this movie
credits
takes
are
a
really
fuck
ugly.
ton of time to get to where it's
Yeah.
going
Oh, yeah.
to.
That's a big setup for not a lot of movie.
There's also a lot of like, I'll say a one-liner and then die. And it just kind of goes on like that.
It is a sci-fi movie, and they're kind of known for that. One line
Sci-Fi
and die.
Channel, to
Yeah.
clarify.
Yeah.
Yes, this is, but it's a Sci-Fi Channel movie. But did you notice it is
It's
produced
Warner
by
Brothers.
Warner
Yeah.
Brothers? So I think they like made it and saw how shitty it was, and then like
Sold it to a TV
sold it
show.
to Sci-Fi, which speaks volumes because this movie is not on HBO Max. And
Yeah.
everything Warner is on HBO Max. So even Suicide Squad, not the Suicide Squad, Suicide Squad is on HBO Max. So obviously they're more embarrassed of this movie than they are that movie.
So this one has your fun cast of characters. You have your main scientist girl who, for some reason, decides her boobs do need to be out.
Boy,
in
It's
her
a
wetsuit.
respectable amount of cleavage, though.
It's all of the cleavage.
But like, why would you even be like, all right, I'm fighting sharks. I should probably leave a gap for my boobs.
because this movie's like PG-13, so they were like, we got to put some sex appeal in it.
True.
and she's our only girl, like only
No, there's two women
main
in it.
girl. She's the main girl.
This movie passes the Bechdel test.
What is that?
When two women talk to each other, but not about a man.
Oh,
Like Jurassic Park, when the two velociraptors talk to each other.
Yes, and then we have a married couple who I'm pretty sure the husband's gay.
yeah.
Yeah. It's a beard couple. It really
yeah,
is.
they don't look like they mesh well.
No.
He's shorter.
Especially since he sold her research to the rich guy.
Yeah, that is the scummiest
I don't even
thing.
think he sold it. I think he was just like, here you go.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And
yeah,
she's
because he
kind of
said,
like...
and I may have given him access to your stuff.
Jeez.
And she's so not mad enough.
She's like,
No.
how could you?
She's like, I can't
Anyway.
believe you
Well,
would do
that's
that.
because her bumpet is sucking all of the oxygen out of her head and the blood. Because she is wearing a bumpet hairstyle, where if you don't know what that is, it's like your bangs do their normal thing, and then the hair behind it is teased, and it creates a bump on the back of your head.
Yeah, Carly...
Maybe it makes it look like you have more brain, but you don't.
Carly walked in when the movie was on, and she said, whoever did that girl's hair needs to be fired.
It is, and I was like, I'm pretty sure it's a wig until she was eventually in the water.
And
but
it was
also,
fine,
that
yeah.
girl was in the water for like 5 hours of the entire
Yes,
movie, just floating.
She like
She's pointless.
gets in the water immediately. I have to ask you guys, after watching Money Plane, right?
Money Plane's worse.
Were
Yeah.
you surprised that Thomas Jane didn't show up in this movie? Because obviously his career's not doing well.
Is he the main guy?
Yeah, who's
Yeah, and Thomas Jane is the main
The
guy in
wrestler?
Deep Blue Sea.
He probably could have done better in this.
I don't. He's the guy. Remember in
I think he'd look
Money
good in a
Plane, the guy who
wetsuit.
flies the gun drone.
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
When I said the main guy, I meant the main actor of Money
yeah.
Plane, and you said,
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you meant of Deep Blue Sea. Of Deep Blue Sea. No,
Yeah.
Of the guy with the drone. He's the main character of Deep Blue Sea. He's the dude.
He's not black.
No, that's that. Fuck you. Move on. He's not Samuel L. Jackson. He's not the main character.
You mean the main hero
Oh, I thought you were
guy?
talking
Yes,
about
the main
Deep Blue
hero
Sea
guy.
too.
That's
That's
him.
the same guy as the
As
drone
the drone guy from Money Plane, and the guy from The Mist.
What happened to him?
See, I thought we
Obviously-
were talking about Deep Blue Sea too.
No,
I was
meant,
like, what, guys?
Were you shocked that he didn't show up in this? Because obviously his career's not doing well because he did Money Plane. Now I look crazy.
I have no idea.
Yeah, there was a weird web in that.
All right, fuck you. Keep going.
There's also a few like shark tech nerds that are there. They don't amount to much besides like weird deaths, but also
I do have to say one thing that this movie does do well enough that I'm like, okay, is people getting killed by the sharks is pretty satisfying
for a TV movie. Yes.
For a TV movie.
Yeah.
maybe, but it's also like baby sharks underwater you don't really see.
Yeah, it's just piranhas.
It's-
I don't know why.
It's the same like shot 5 times too.
It is, yeah.
They go past the hall.
I'll say that final death at the end when they pull that guy out of the hatch and he's like half.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But he's still alive.
Yeah, he's half the man he used to be.
I don't know how he.
Which is already not alive.
Oh, now you've given away who it was.
Just a quarter.
Well, I mean, it's not like we're gonna go win death.
I know.
from
I'm just
movies.
kidding. No, this movie is just Deep Blue Sea. When they're doing a check on a shark.
But with Jurassic World aspects, because
Yes.
they're like, what if instead of making them just like advanced sharks, we make them like hyper brain sharks,
They're
and then
basically
also
the
humans.
The velociraptors from Jurassic
Oh,
World.
it is, and he's like,
Yeah.
I'll train him with a clicker, and it's like bleep bleep.
And they learn how to climb underneath the fence.
Climb underneath, also
Dig
known
a
as
hole.
digging.
Fuck. No.
Start the episode over.
What a flub.
All right, so now it's just me, Jarrett, and I taking it over.
Way to fumble in the end zone.
So basically, they all get to this research facility. They're like, we had to sign NDAs. This is crazy. And there's some super rich guy that's known for like funding experiments or whatever. And
Again,
he's
on
kind of
par
like,
with like just being the same movie. It's another black dude who's like basically channeling Samuel L. Jackson this entire time.
Yeah. And so then they have the scene where they're sitting around the observation puddle or whatever, and they pull a shark in.
Room or something like
Also,
that.
this sea lab's way less cool than the one from the original movie.
Oh yeah, this sea lab is like cheap.
Yeah.
They're like, this guy's so rich, and it's
like
the
two
cheapest
floating
looking
platforms
shit.
and an elevator
Yeah.
that goes down.
The other one was like, we have 15 pylons going directly to the sea floor.
Yeah,
like, it was a ton. So then, like, one of the guys is like, yeah, it's weird. There's no side effects to this brain thing besides, like, she makes really good eye contact and, like, is a little bit sexy now. Like, and then the lady, the shark scientist, is like, well, don't you guys know? She's pregnant.
She's like,
She's
they're like, no, wait, we do
pregante.
blood draws. And they're like, have you done an ultrasound? They're like, why would we do that? The blood work doesn't say. She's like, you said you changed their DNA.
Which I was like, she's actually kind of smart for being like,
Yeah.
you guys are super idiots if you're like, we'll change their genetic makeup,
It's
but
like,
like use traditional methods.
Haven't you fuckers seen Jurassic Park?
I know.
Life.
But this is when that guy has his arm in the shark's mouth.
This is the guy that I was like, I hope he doesn't die because he's so hot and has great hair.
I knew you were gonna.
He's
knew it.
so hot. He was the best actor of this film, and they
was.
killed him in a shower.
Jarrett is our resident horny observer.
Yeah.
Just gives you all the deets.
He literally though, like, he was smart about everything, and then they killed him in a shower.
the stupidest
But
way. Yeah.
but I really thought I sat here and actually out loud said, "You're fucking kidding me, right?" Because I really thought they were gonna do the same, like, kill, quote unquote kill, from Deep Blue Sea 1, where the guy has his hand in the shark's mouth and it gets bit off.
Yeah.
It's the same exact scene. If you have seen Deep Blue
Yeah.
Sea, you know what I'm talking about.
Well, this whole scene is the same exact
Yes.
scene.
Yeah.
This whole setup of this area is the same exact
I do have to
scene.
say my favorite part though is when he doesn't get his arm chopped off and they drop the shark in the water and then they see the babies and they're basically like, you belly flop the babies out of the shark is essentially what they say.
Right?
And it gives birth to like 300 sharks.
It's like 12.
It's a lot.
it's at least
It's
50.
it's like 50. It's like a swarm.
Well, whenever they show him inside, it's a swarm of 12 that has,
They
for
ate
some
each
reason,
other
has
as
an
they
air
came in.
bubble
I don't-
machine with it.
Do they give live birth? I'm
Some sharks give live birth.
Okay, because I know some sharks also lay eggs.
I feel like bull sharks, that may be the thing they got right.
We also don't know enough about sharks,
This is
so
true.
we have a disclaimer
I did not
about
watch Shark Week.
knowledge.
Oh, great. Now we're spreading shark disinformation.
Shark alternate facts. Thank you.
And then one guy, so our first kill, we already had 2 kills, but they don't really matter because they're just like, pirates?
Oh yeah, the shark finners.
shark fin.
I swear to God, they made them Northern European so that they were like, it's racist if we make them Asian, right?
Right.
It's like-
And then, so they're like, oh, we're trapped down here because for some reason our safety boat up top got loose. And then
the
ran
sharks
into
dragged it into
Yeah.
a thing of they water worlded it.
They
at
did.
Universal Studios. The boat just dragged into some
The
barrels that fall
sharks
over and
And
explode.
like a transformer or something
yeah,
like that.
it's really just a backlot tour happening in front of the Jaws part.
The sharks are a bit too smart at parts where I'm like, what? How
They
did
also
they
look
know
like
that?
shit.
Yeah.
The CGI in this movie is embarrassing. And to play on,
Understatement.
again, the Jurassic Park parallels, one of the first people to die graphically is a lawyer who's making sure that everything's on the up and up so they can continue with their projects.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and
So,
I don't know if we're there yet, but the late, what's her name? What's the lady shark's name?
Bella.
Bella. She like listens to their conversation too.
Yeah, it's like, Bella's
yeah.
learning.
Yeah, like they're talking about
she's here.
the rich guy's like, yeah, I'm just gonna kill her when I'm done with my research until and then she's like,
Oh, no, he's talking to the lawyer at that part.
yeah,
That's before the pool.
I'm still sitting
That's
here
when he's
watching it being
drinking the
like,
blood.
when do the sharks start walking?
that's these people see 4.
Deep Blue Sea 4 is when they get legs. My dad was seeing into the future when he told me that.
So then the whole place basically kind of explodes and starts taking on water really fast, and like the water
They're like,
levels.
the pressure seal's gonna burst, and then it does.
Well, like, but even with the lawyer, like the water level goes up to like 2 feet immediately. And then for the rest of the movie, the water level only goes from 2 feet to 3 feet.
Yeah, I don't get
It's
it.
not a great
plateaued.
filling speed. But he just kind of wanders into a hallway and is like, wow, that's a lot of water. And then
Gets swept away
Dies.
and dies. Yeah.
whoops.
And then they're looking out that little porthole window. It is like CGI, like looked like something they'd put in a Halloween haunt maze.
His
Like,
body popped up and I was like, how do they know who he is?
Because they ate his
It doesn't
lips
look
and
like
his
him.
nose.
Like everything was eaten off his face.
I don't know why each time there's two characters who die this way, him and another character, and they both just had their faces eaten, which I don't get.
They're kissing. The baby shark's like, "Are you my mama?"
Oops. And then
I feel like a nose would be gross to eat.
Probably. It's got those boogers.
No, I didn't mean.
it's cartilage.
That's it. That's Peyton's,
It's got more crunch.
That's Peyton's hang up on it. Yeah, it's got boogers. Not
I
that it's
can't eat
human
noses.
flesh.
The sharks are like, ew, no thank you.
I feel like you could cook it like a pork rind, actually.
Maybe.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, that'd be
Deep fry
so
that.
good.
Maybe some
Chicharrones.
chicharrones.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
With that sauce,
Blood.
Welcome to Bombs Away
cannibalism.
Ugh.
Tastes like sweet pork, apparently.
All right, Dahmer.
Anyway,
He wanted to make a zombie husband, so
Yes. Then the room explodes because of pressure. Well, no. A guy swims out because he's like, I'll swim to the top. What does he say? Oh, I'm South.
I don't know what.
South African.
Oh, he's like, I'm
African.
South African.
We live for this crazy shit. Like weird accent. I don't know.
Australian
And
for
then-
beer.
And then he swims out, and then a shark like slaps him in the head and knocks him out.
Oh, because she mentioned bull sharks are known to like charge at their prey and like hit them with water and knock them out. And it's like, did you guys make that up?
So like knocks him out somehow. So he has one of those handheld jet machines, but a guy I guess
Oh,
can
that you
swim
use for like
faster than
scuba
that.
diving. Yeah.
Because even when he's using the handheld like scuba diving jet, he's going super slow. But someone manages, or the main guy manages to swim out, grab him, and pull him back in.
Yeah, don't you know the sharks actually knocked a 600-gallon tank of Jello liquid into it, and it turned the water thick. That's why he's swimming so slow. He's
He thick.
thick.
So then the guy comes back, they save him, and the guy's like, "The shark couldn't have taken my head off," and then the shark comes and takes his
That
head
was
off or
funny. I
something.
laughed really hard. He's basically doing the Samuel L. Jackson like, and we're gonna get this shark, and then he's like, that shark could have taken my head off. I beat it essentially. And he's like leaning over the tank, and it jumps up and just takes his head off, clean in front of everyone. It's so funny.
And then the place explodes. They all get pushed into 3 different corridors, but the 3 different corridors also match up. But somehow there's so much corridors that they can't find each other for
Because
the
it's the same
entire
corridor.
movie.
They're all in the same corridor, just facing the wrong direction.
Well, yeah, but when they do the like establishing shot of the lab, it's like
It's
two.
huge.
It's like 2
Yeah.
hallways. That's it. I was like, oh, it looks like a scorpion.
Well, they
It's got,
show
like,
a map at one point on like a screen, and the map is enormous. There's like 85 different labs in this thing.
I don't
That's
think so.
Not
And
what
then
I
they
saw.
kept showing the same hallway over
Yeah.
and over again.
So then the kills at this point go...
Gay guy's wife.
No.
No,
She's like 4th.
it's nerdy guy.
Guy...
No, he survives till the end.
No, his buddy.
Oh,
Yeah, the
nerdy
hot
guy's
guy.
buddy. The hot guy who dies in
Hot
the
guy, nerdy
shower.
buddy.
So-
Sharks just fall on him, and it's so funny because they start like flopping on him, and it's making these like noises as they're falling, and he's like, ah!
Also, one consistent through the all 3 of these movies is shark bites sound like knife stabs.
Carly asked the same
Yeah.
thing. She said, "Why do all the shark bites in this sound like someone's being stabbed?"
They also talk.
They growl.
They do. They're like,
That's a consistent through the next 2 movies. Is sharks growling.
So there's a guy that hides in like a glass door shower, but then somehow the water rises enough to get the sharks in the shower, but it doesn't rise enough to get up to the bunk bed that the other guy's hiding on.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Water levels are inconsistent.
Doesn't
it's a huge
match.
flaw.
And the guy just is in the bunk bed being like, ah, help, oh God.
So
Well,
then
you could do
the
something.
sharks could have easily like jumped up on that.
Oh yeah,
bed.
but
That
also
one shark took that guy's head off. Jumped
Exactly.
35 feet vertically in the air.
so then that nerd guy uses the inflatable mattress that they were sleeping on to like save himself this entire time. Wife of Daniel Kim, because I don't know why it's a really easy name for me to remember, but the guy's name was Dan Kim, and I don't remember the wife name,
2
but her
first
last
The
name is
actor
Kim.
or the...
No, that was the character name.
Oh, they gave him such a real name.
I know.
God.
But so his wife gets thrown out of the room when it depressurizes, and she smacks her head and spends most of the movie floating on her back. Main guy and main girl and evil scientist guy get thrown into one hallway, and it's basically a bunch of scenes of girl bickering with
it's
evil
so stupid.
scientist.
I do like that our main hero guy, whose name is like Trent Fucks a Lot or something like that. He's like, "This isn't the time for this," and they're like, "You're right." It was just like
And they just
that
keep
was the
fighting,
solution.
too.
Yeah.
But so the main argument of evil scientist is humans are advancing technology too fast, and quantum computing is going to make technology take over us. So we need to advance our brains to quantum computing technology, but we're going to advance shark brains first so we can understand that we can do it.
I thought they were injecting something in the shark's brains and then pulling it out of the shark's brains so that you could get the...
Well, that's why he was drinking it.
Yeah, he's drinking...
So he was doing like trials on sharks,
and then
taking
he was
that
drinking it.
result and drinking it.
And you guys, guess what? He's drinking like a super fluid, and it does nothing but make him mad. Hey,
it turned
people in the
into
MLB have been doing that for years.
Like, he's just taking steroids.
Mind.
Oh, that's right. He gets
5
Breaking Bad
seconds.
introed. Yeah, he drinks it, and it's all these like
It's that meme of what is
yeah, all the math around your
math.
face. Yeah, no, it's literally looks like, because it goes green and there's like chemical components floating around. It's like, this is just the Breaking Bad intro.
And one was like blueprints for some building or something.
He was like, how do I get out of here?
He's like, oh my god, I know how 9/11 happened. I see it all. I know who DB Cooper is.
And then
the wife gets devoured on a door in front of her husband, and her face and lips are eaten again.
Well, the husband's like, go up, get out of the water, get out of the water. And she's like, I just want to see you again. I'm like, well, you weren't meant to survive. You're dumb.
Yeah.
And basically,
they all escape
through a hatch.
5 of them.
Air duct, yeah.
Trent Fucks a Lot, our main character lady, the bad guy, the nerd, and the gay
Daniel
guy.
Kim.
Daniel
Kim gets out halfway.
He's the half man. Yeah. He's like, they pull him
I don't
up.
even know what he says. They like pull him out of the hatch.
I was going to ask you if you guys knew what he said.
And he's like,
no,
was gay.
The shark sucked my dick.
It was really good suck till they bit it off.
No teeth yet, babies.
They were whale sharks.
I nutted hard and my legs blew off. And then basically, nerd guy has fake death, but he ends up surviving. Evil mastermind guy is like,
the shark
goes underwater and yells at the shark, and the shark is like, "Ooh, sorry." And it's kind of like an Aquaman moment, and then he like pops out of the water and he's like, "See, I am smarter than the shark."
Yeah, the sharks lift him up and eat him, and he's like,
bite him in the mouth. Not enough satisfying death for someone who is such a huge asshole.
And he just gets the same death as Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, and then so that shark starts charging at like their little dinghy of a boat that's inflatable. And you're like, how are they going to survive this? They can't start the boat. And then all of a sudden the shark gets hit in the mouth and the eye with a flare gun.
Oh,
and
it also eats a drone. They think they're rescued and it eats a drone.
But you think like, wow, who shot that flare gun? But you just go back to the boat and it's like Trent Fucks a Lot and
the main
Shark
character
Lady.
just like,
and they're both holding the guns, and Trent Fucks a Lot says something like, we know how to aim guns.
And they're doing that Pulp Fiction stance.
The shark comes up with a gun.
And then, like, Shark Lady, who has an obsession with looking at the water, being like, I bet something's about to happen, because she's done it like 50 times.
Jason comes out of the water.
The nerd guy comes out and he's like, they really like my shoes. And they save him, and then they all
Yeah, they
survive,
established
basically.
that earlier in the movie, that he got pushed in the water and then they, like, bit his shoes.
Yeah.
Just like, what the fuck does that mean? Do they like you? I don't get it.
They like his Air Force Ones.
Oh, and then there's a post-credits kind of scene where
Thomas Jane shows up. He's like, I was in Money Plane.
it's just two people on a beach, and it's like really bad ADR, and it's like, let's go surfing. And she's like, I don't want to go. What if there's sharks? And he goes, there aren't any sharks. And then they're like 2 feet in the water, and then it does a really bad transition of the shark with its face kind of
wait, you
half
forgot.
burnt,
They're like,
and the baby shark's flying out.
I don't want to go in the water, but there's sharks. And there's like, there's no sharks. And the guy switches the flags from green to red, which does not mean there's sharks in the water.
I know. It's like, that's the weight.
That's a high surf.
Yeah.
And they show the sharks at the end with like half messed up face. I swear to God.
And the baby
like,
sharks are going around the
does
mom
it have a
sharks.
Terminator eye?
Yeah.
This one, For me, I know where it's at, but Tyler, go ahead.
I'm giving this a trash it. This was. I feel bad giving it a trash it because
You shouldn't.
like I said, I'm going to put the cart before the horse. I already know what I'm giving Jaws for, and it feels unfair to this movie.
It doesn't, though, because this movie was bad. It had bad writing, it had a bad plot, it had bad acting,
didn't even-
it
I
had
literally
bad
told-
effects, the sets were boring.
Carly came in here.
I'm surprised they even actually used water in this movie. Let's be real.
Carly came in here. Yeah, they could have used KY jelly. Carly came in here when I started watching it, and she was like, wow, this is bad. And I was like, yeah, and do you know what's the worst part? It's a TV movie, so I know for a fact there's no nudity in it, so I don't even have something to look forward to. They do show...
It's a high-quality TV movie. I will say that.
They
This
do
is
go- well,
really
that's
good for a
Sci-Fi
TV
Channel.
movie. Well, I've seen some sci-fi.
They did get quick. I do have to say, we did forget to mention, 20 minutes in the movie, they get our main character in her bra and panties.
Oh, yeah.
and then she gets changed. But yeah, I was like, this movie sucks. Yeah, that's where I stand.
Yeah, trash it as well. It's not worth it. I want to see 3 just to see if it's any different.
Just wait till next year's Shart Week when we
God.
cover that 47 meters down or whatever
That
it's
was
called.
good.
I don't
like
want to
that
watch
one.
And
that
Soul
movie.
Surfer.
So, is that one?
Is that
That's
the-
that movie about the girl.
Is that the
real
sequel
life...
to Happy Feet?
Oh no, we can't watch that. We can't do that.
No, it's the story of that real life girl who got her arm eaten by a shark.
I thought you were talking about the Shallows or something.
With Blake Lively.
Shallow Hal once a gal?
Let's do Shallow Hal in Shark Week.
Oh, nope, I'm not going to make that joke.
Go ahead.
Will we?
Oh, it's
Well, shame on you, Gwyneth Paltrow, for donning a fat suit. You're horrible.
and then she said it made her understand what it's like to be fat. Did you see that interview?
That's worse.
She's like, I get it. I was in a movie where I could take it off.
Couldn't take off her vagina smelling candle, though.
I kind of want it.
You
I'm
do
just
what
kidding.
on
I'm
it?
just kidding. I'm just kidding. I said I want it.
When they said I on it. Yeah, no, this is a dumpster.
Yeah.
And as much as I don't
around
want to
dumps.
poison the environment.
Consistent.
Anywho, that was it.
That was Deep Blue Sea 2. If it
Yeah.
felt like it sucked, it did. I did have, like I said, why I felt kind of bad about giving it trash it is because I did enjoy it while I was watching it. I wasn't like, oh my God. But, yeah, it's bad.
I got in because the waters were warm, but it turns out the water was just a bunch of hot piss.
Ew.
I got out.
Shart.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that brings us to our next movie, Resident Jaws Fanatic.
I thought you were going to say Resident Jaws Evil. I was like, that'd be pretty good.
There
Resident
probably-
Evil Seaside?
There probably is like a Jaws shark movie. Or Jaws shark.
I think
There
that's all
probably
of them.
is a
Still
zombie
thinking of
Jaws
Resident Evil
movie.
Seaside. Man, now I got to pitch that.
Peyton, take us into
All right.
what some have said is one of the worst movies ever made.
I don't know.
I don't know about worst movie, but in this Christmas movie,
Yes, it does take place at Christmas.
let's see. We start out.
Are you going to
Sean-
say the title?
Oh, Jaws 4: The
I-
Revenge.
Listen,
This
just to
time it's
do
personal.
Peyton a favor, I will mention to everyone, since this is an audio podcast, he did come dressed for the job he wants, not the job he has. He is
Exactly.
wearing a Jaws
I'm wearing a
shirt.
Jaws shirt. It's pretty cool. You look
What's
through
the
Jaws.
job he wants? To create bad movies?
To be in Jaws. He wants to be
Yeah,
Quinn.
I want to be Jaws 5 reboot.
Would not survive.
I'm Quinn's son.
Don't say it. Hollywood's gonna get a hold of this. And what else is Steven Spielberg doing besides the other movie you're
Besides
excited
one
for?
of my favorite movies about to come out.
All right, lead us into Jaws for the Revenge.
All right, The Revenge, Jingle All the Way. Let's see. Sean Brody is, for some reason, returned to Amity and is now a police deputy.
And a different character.
And a totally
or different actor.
Well, different character, different actor, everything. So what you know from Jaws 3, what they established, going to school, I think he was, or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, forget all that. He's now a police deputy, and he's got a call to go clear out the harbor entrance.
Yeah.
There's like some wood stuck on a buoy, and so he reluctantly drives out there, no longer afraid of water like he was in Jaws 3.
Or Jaws 2 or Jaws
Jaws-
1. Yeah, they're just like, hey, here's some quick character development for you.
Yeah, he's suddenly cured.
So, in Jaws 3, that's the one in Florida.
Yes, the one
Is
that takes
that-
place at SeaWorld.
Who is he in that?
The younger brother.
The one that's
Not
gay.
Dennis Quaid.
Not Dennis Quaid. So it's
The one that's gay.
Is he gay?
Well, because he's like, ha, you got the movies.
No, he's the one who's dating
the girl,
Leah Thompson.
yeah.
Yeah, who's the one that they run into the water? He's the younger brother. They run into the water
Look,
and
don't
they're like,
forget-
I just love you in underwears.
You don't have to make
He's gay.
You don't have to make bounds and leaps to add a gay character to Jaws 3 because the owner of SeaWorld in the movie
I know.
is incredibly gay. Cause,
I
you know,
was supposed to be on that episode, but I had other things to do.
Yeah, my favorite thing about, like, still to this day is when he's like, my pride and joy. And there's those rainbow flags flying in the background behind him.
No, he had moments in Jaws 3 where it was like, buddy, that's
Well,
not,
and there's
you're
also a
not-
line in
You're
it
not into her.
where they're or for the owner of SeaWorld, where they're interviewing him, and you can hear a reporter be like, is there anything we can't ask? And like, don't ask about his proclivities, is what they say to him. And I was like, why didn't they go harder with the gay character thing
Could have.
there? That would have been very progressive of Jaws.
Yeah.
Is it the same actor?
No.
Oh, okay.
He's not even in this movie.
No, I'm talking about
Sean?
You keep going back to the
Oh,
guy that is actually
Sean,
gay.
no, totally different actor. And the older brother, what's his name?
Michael.
Michael
He's
is
never been in
also
one,
a completely different actor
Yeah,
because
no
he was
longer
He
Dennis
is hot.
He was Dennis Quaid in the last movie.
Now
He
it's
is so hot.
John. Now he's Russell Crowe from Kurt Russell from The Thing.
Yes, he does look like him. Yes, but we
He
don't
had
really
great
have to worry
skin.
about Sean.
Sean gets his arm bit off. He starts freaking out, and Jaws jumps out of the water and swallows him. It seems like.
And I'm just gonna again cart before the horse. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, this is one of 2 kills.
Yeah, body
in
count
this
real low.
entire
Oh, yeah.
movie. Like
This might as well just be like a family drama movie that takes place around water.
that's mostly what it is.
It
It's
really
literally
is.
just a family being like,
I have PTSD because my husband was killed by a shark, even though he just died of a heart attack.
She's doing her best Wendy from The Shining impression. This entire
Oh my god,
movie.
she looks so
is.
much like her.
Yeah.
Like when she's on the boat on that.
But she had really great hair. I was like, I would love that as a wig.
When she's on the ferry and she's like, like looking out.
I
on
love
the
that
water.
moment where she's like, oh no. She has a total emotional shift.
I do love the way that we find out that Chief Brody is dead as they show that picture of him on the wall. They're like, put 2 and 2 together, you get it.
He's dead.
They open up a body bag.
That's Sean Brody, though.
That's Sean Brody. I'm
Yeah.
talking Chief
They
Brody.
don't show it. I was kind of hoping they would show it.
Wait, who's Chief? Oh, right.
Roy Scheider.
Yeah.
The main guy.
The
who's
main
going
guy
to need
from-
a bigger boat.
Yes.
He's
Yes.
going to need a bigger casket.
Yeah.
Because he was water bloated when they
There's
found him
actually
after his
sharks
heart
still
attack in the
attached
water.
to him.
Yeah.
So then we go on to the funeral. Michael comes in with his new girlfriend, wife.
Yeah, not
and
the same girl from Jaws 3.
not the same.
He now has a different job.
Totally different job. Now he's like researching sea snails, marine biology stuff.
This
no longer
movie-
like a welder.
This movie's actually The Changeling. They just try to bring a new kid to his mom. Be like, this is your kid. We found the same one, right?
Yeah. Oh man. And then, so if you want to translate the characters from 3 to 4, he now has her job because she was like a marine biologist
Yeah.
person.
And he was just a theme park engineer.
Yeah. And now she is just an artist.
Not the same woman.
But they did have those undersea boats in the third one.
They
No, it had
did-
undersea tubes.
They had
Yes.
tubes?
Yeah.
Well, they
it
had
was like
the
a...
undersea little marine.
Yeah.
Oh, they have like
thing. Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
right. They have like a submarine type thing. That's what an underwater boat's called.
No, but it's different. Because
They
it's
have those
not
undersea
really
boats, you know?
Submarine has
Well,
like, a
because
pocket
submarines
of air.
can't open underwater.
Yeah.
These boats can.
Oh, so you're telling me that they just have the Finding Nemo submarine voyage at this park because it's above water.
That doesn't
partially.
open underwater, though.
Well, it's partially underwater.
But the inside of it.
Oh,
isn't
these. That's
underwater.
right. You're right. You are correct. It does open underwater. That's right. You're right.
It
You're right.
does, yeah.
That's so
Thank you.
weird.
I feel validated.
And then Jaws 4.
Now you can park
Never
for free
got that
for
from
3
my dad.
hours.
So then Michael's like, "Hey, Mom, since you have PTSD,
Since you're depressed.
then you're super depressed. Why don't you come visit me in the Bahamas?"
and she reacts by just going, "Get out of the water!"
Do you know who the 2 women are in that room with him? With her?
Depressed?
They are.
They're from the first movie.
They're from the first movie.
It's the girl whose son died, and
One of them is the girl whose son gets killed brutally
Yeah.
in the first movie, and she's
Not
like,
by a shark,
"Ah!" Like,
just by a drunk driver.
Jeez.
was Chief Brody. I gotta get you the shark. It was Quinn. I gotta get the shark.
I gotta get some piano wire.
Oh shit.
What was that? I should back up.
He's like,
Oh, it's a body.
he's like, I know that shark ate that child.
The shark's on the road.
That shark's name was Jabberjaw. He was driving a car.
Strumming a guitar.
Eyes as black as a doll's eyes. If only this movie was as amusing as this conversation is.
So then, let's see. We go to the Bahamas. Michael Caine's there doing Michael Caine. Hello, everybody. That was a terrible Michael Caine.
You just say Michael Caine like that. My cocaine.
I'm Michael Caine.
I'm
Yeah.
Michael.
That's Michael Caine. He talks with a little bit of an inflection. He goes
one
fast,
time-
but then stops.
Welcome
with
to
a smile.
bad Michael Caine impressions.
I don't know. I thought I had the best.
This one time, I went.
Well, I'm gay, Michael Caine.
Isn't it crazy to think that this movie is less than 10 years out from Goldmember?
Is it really?
Yeah, because it's making
Oh,
95.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
I thought this was 80. Yeah, this is 84, 87.
No. Is it? Did I just
One
say
of
that?
the movies we watched was 84, 87.
That was, I think that was
think
Cruel
that was
Jaws.
Cruel Jaws.
Cruel Jaws was after Jaws 4, though. And this Jaws 4
Oh,
was
you're right. This
84.
is 87. I think
87,
Jaws.
okay.
I think Cruel Jaws. You're right. You're right.
So when was Cruel Jaws?
A lot longer out. But Michael Caine famously has gone on record saying he has never seen this movie. He was like, when they were making it, he knew it was bad, so he never saw it. However, he did not receive in person his Oscar because he was filming this movie.
Really? Ooh,
Yes, he
what
could
a
not be there
terrible
to
decision.
because he was making it.
I think he could fly that plane and go get his Oscar.
It's
Interesting.
I don't know what Michael Caine's doing in this movie. That poor guy.
He's just delivering one-liners one after another.
Has
and
Michael
fucking their
Caine been
mom.
Oh,
60
heck,
for
yeah.
50 years?
Huh?
Has Michael Caine been 60 for 50 years?
Yeah, just like Sean Connery. He's just
constantly
old
looked
forever.
old.
So yeah, so we get the Bahamas. Not a lot happens.
We
Like,
see.
Wait, do you mean with the whole movie?
Yeah.
pretty much.
There's a sculpture
There's
that
a
looks a
sculpture?
lot like a
Shark?
shark jaw.
But
Yeah.
it kind of looks like a vagina.
A little bit of both.
Shark jaw, vagina jaw.
Teeth.
Sharkgina.
Shark,
I think that's called Teeth. That movie.
vagina dentata.
You know, I will say,
That's
I
a good
think I said
movie.
it on the show before. For a movie that is about a vagina with teeth in it, you see a whole lot of cut off penis, and you don't see a teeth in the
I
vagina.
Hey,
think that's kind of the point.
equal opportunities, man.
There is not
I do
enough.
love that movie,
I will
though.
go on record as saying that there is not enough full frontal male nudity in films. I do
Yeah.
think that is a big problem.
I know.
Yeah.
Start hanging dong, homies. You
They're
seen
too
Watchmen?
ashamed.
Watchmen.
They're too
yeah,
scared.
right
Come on,
there.
Zack Snyder's way ahead of his time.
Heck
Yeah.
I was half expecting a zombie penis in Army of the Dead.
So getting back to the movie, that we're
There's just
trying
not
Can you
much
tell we don't
movie
even
to
want to
talk
talk about
about.
Jaws 4? I almost was just going to go...
Was Jake actually from Cuba?
I don't
think
so.
so.
He was
Because
like
it
Jamaican.
seemed kind of racist at times.
It did.
I was actually going to initially be like, all right, Peyton, when you lead into Jaws 4... you just go, all right, Jaws 4, it's bad. And then we'd all give our ratings, and we'd go on to Cruel Jaws.
Because there's nothing. The shark is barely in it.
It's a
'cause
family drama.
It's a family drama. They're on land for 2/3 of this movie.
And, like,
seems
you know what sucks? Is, like, you can do a horror movie that's a family drama well. Look at Hereditary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's literally what that movie is, and this is not.
No.
Getting back to that Jake character too, though, he makes a very off-color joke. Not even a joke. He's like, "You've been slacking. Your mental state." That's his accent too. He's like, "You've been slacking. Your mental state's not there. You're not working hard enough. Everything's changed since you got back from that trip where your brother's funeral took place. What's wrong with you?" And it's been like 2 days because he's like, "We have to do overtime because of that funeral for your brother."
I do have to mention right
Like,
now,
oh,
while the guy
jeez.
is doing a Jamaican accent, he is a black actor, so it's not like a
Yeah.
white guy doing a Jamaican accent.
But it still sounds.
It's still just as bad.
Yeah.
The accent is almost just as racist if a white guy was doing it.
Yeah.
It could have been.
They should have got Phil Lamar. He does a good one. He voices Hermes. And,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah.
yeah. The guy's like, I don't know who that is. I don't have a special interest, as they say in IMDb.
Oh,
Yeah.
you can just say, "You got no life."
Yeah, let's go with that one. That's the safe bet.
But yeah, so Michael Caine's getting in Mrs. Brody's pants every other day.
He's
There's
getting in
a
her shark jaw.
Festival. And then Michael the shark goes after Michael for a little bit, and he's like, "Oh crap, there's a shark here."
Oh yeah, we forgot
My
to
mom was
mention
right.
that Ellen Brody, that's her name.
She has the force.
She thinks that the shark is following her psychically, basically.
She's not wrong.
Which I'm like, I think that's called paranoia.
Yeah.
I think that's like paranoid schizophrenia.
But then it was validated when it came to the Bahamas, and Michael's like, this shark's not supposed to be here.
Yeah, and do you know what's crazy about that too for me though is it's like, all right, hold on. This isn't the most batshit insane thing this movie could propose, because in Jaws 2, it's a shark that's taking revenge out because they killed its baby. Is that what it is in
its
Jaws
baby?
2, or it's its mom?
I don't know if it's ever like.
It's established that it's coming after the Brody family because it killed its. So it's like that's not even the weirdest part. It's already been established that that's like. And the third movie is just happenstance that they get attacked by a shark.
Yeah. Because it's a totally different shark.
Most unlucky family in America,
Tell
right
me
there.
Film history. But yeah, so then to sort of like fast forward, because really nothing happens. They're just established that Ellen Brody has the force with sharks, and she's still got PTSD, trying to recover. And Michael's trying to hide the fact that there's a shark in. The shark arrives at the little art piece unveiling and attacks the banana boat.
Oh, and that's our
which
other.
Thea,
Yeah.
which Thea is on, Michael's daughter. And then this is where we get our second and final body count.
Just a random woman on a banana boat.
Behind Thea just gets swallowed whole, essentially, and like bit in half. And then the shark, just kind of like sinks. It doesn't swim away, kind of just like...
The shark looks like complete and utter shit in this movie.
It's like
the
they
worst
left it in
shark.
the water for a couple weeks.
They fished out that one that sank to the bottom of the Atlantic, and they're like, we'll use this.
I was in the beginning, when you see the shark kind of swimming around, I was like, oh, this is a better looking shark, because it seems to be like swimming on its own almost. But I was like, oh no, this is the worst.
You get close-ups.
Also, I do believe they use a lot of footage from Jaws in this movie. They recycle footage. I know at the end.
Oh, we'll talk about recycled footage.
There's a
in
lot.
this movie.
But that's how you do it right.
There's a lot of found.
I don't know about that one either.
There's a lot of.
That's how you do it. I don't know about do it right.
Yeah.
Our next movie's so good. I'm so
so
excited.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And then they get on the boat.
they're like, we're gonna kill it.
Yeah. And then Jake, his friend, Michael's friend, rigs this like static impulse electric.
Well, Ellen goes out on the boat on her own and is like, "This is my job," but I don't think she had a plan.
She didn't have a plan. She just
And
told us,
then-
like, I'm gonna take this boat out.
They try motorboating to the boat and they run into Michael Caine. And Michael Caine's like, "You're not gonna get there fast enough on that." And then they fly the plane out there and land the plane on the water. And then Michael Caine,
Almost dies.
like, you think he dies and he flies out of the boat or out of the water, which is like, this movie loves fake death.
he like dives through the cockpit somehow and like swims underneath the boat, and then he's like, "Hi guys, you forgot about me."
And then hold on. He swims through a little tiny hole, and then somehow
He's
the
an
shark
octopus.
fits through that little tiny hole, and it's just in there with him. It's like, hey.
And then Jake gets on the edge of I don't know what it's called, the little pointy part of the boat, and then Jaws jumps up and
stem.
The bow.
The stern bow.
I don't know, actually. I play a lot of Sea of Thieves, and I still don't know the name of the parts of the boats. When people are like, load the starboard cannons, I'm like, say left or right. Stage left or stage right, come on.
And then he gets
Port's
bit.
right, starboard's left. I don't know.
I have no idea.
It's port and starboard. Port is the side that you...
Port on.
You
the
go
right
to
side.
the dock.
You could pour it on any side if you'd really feel like it.
There's like
Everyone
turrets
loves it.
down.
Yeah. I'm not a pirate.
I'm not a seaman.
Jared's probably the closest to being a seaman out of all of us.
I have spent time on boats.
With men. Oh, that means you're in the Navy.
And
Never
children.
mind.
Oh, then
Was your brother in the Navy, or did I
Air
just...
Force.
Oh, go.
He's a sky gay.
Chair Force. My dad was in the Air Force too. I can make that joke. Okay, so are we to the part where they blow the shark up yet?
You mean pop it like a balloon?
Oh, because they put
Have you watched it in slow motion?
they
No.
throw a 12-volt battery flashlight in its mouth and it blows up.
Pretty much. And then they stab it with the pointy part of the ship, and then it just pops like a balloon.
I
Just
think
poof.
for this Instagram post, I'm going to post the 3 worst VFX moments from these movies as like our announcement for the episode. And the slowed down version of the shark getting poked with the boat, it is so fucking bad. It looks like they like took one of those rubber sharks that from like Toy Story, like howdy, 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 and just like held it up and then rammed a toy boat into it.
You could tell it was a toy boat too. It
Oh,
wasn't
yeah,
like a
it's
good
so
one.
bad, and it explodes.
I'm a fan of
explosion
Godzilla
too
movies,
is-
and we're all about those like model maquettes.
Yeah.
This was the worst thing I've ever
Oh
seen.
no, man!
Well,
They were
this
like,
one, like, it doesn't even show the boat blow up.
No.
But for some reason, the boat is blown up. Oh, Jake also died, but it turns out he didn't die.
He didn't die. There was like no stakes in this movie
they're
whatsoever.
they're like, we blew our budget on getting Michael Caine, and we can only have this toy boat.
There
from the
were
dollar
stakes
store.
in this movie. Shark stakes after it blew up.
After they showed the death from Jaws 1.
Yeah.
Have you ever had shark?
supposed to
Tuna
eat
shark,
illegal.
I
You're
believe.
not supposed to have fin.
Fin.
Oh.
Yeah, shark fin soup is very bad. But I
Yeah.
think I've had tuna shark, which I
But
don't
you
know
can
if
have
that
shark fin
qualifies as
soup.
real shark.
The problem is that shark fin soup is not ethically sourced.
Yeah.
If you eat shark, and it's been ethically sourced, a shark was fished, killed.
He died of old age.
You can take the fin, but the problem is that they don't take all the meat from a shark. That's what
Right.
makes it illegal.
Yeah.
Because they just shuck the fins off of them and let the sharks just fall in the water.
I've seen some
and
of those
die.
pictures.
It's brutal.
It's so sad.
It really is.
Yeah.
Makes me hungry.
Shark is kind of good. It's kind of like beef.
Yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, next time I'm somewhere that has shark, I'll have to eat
Most like nice like fish restaurants will have it. It's pretty good.
Huh.
Do you know what's not pretty good?
Shart?
This
it.
movie.
This movie.
Jarrett, go ahead and lead us.
I'm gonna give it a Jaws. Just kidding.
I mean,
I
it
was
gets a
gonna
Jaws
say, it
4.
gets a Jaws 4. It deserves its name.
It's hard for me because I love the stupid family
We'll
drama.
take a cold
of it.
shower then.
I'm just gonna put it in the bargain bin.
Oh, wow. That's too kind to this movie. If
I
you're going to
kind
give
of
Deep Blue
appreciate
Sea
it.
2 a trash it, but you're going to give this movie a bargain bin?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Payne, are you going to...
So here's
No,
what-
you're a Jaws
here's-
apologist. I don't even want to hear your
So-
answer. Everyone knows what I'm saying. This is a trash it. This is the worst. It deserves its 0% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I would say that it's a bargain bin if it was
Because you
those,
like Jaws.
in those quad packs. You know, you get Jaws 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Except
I
it's
wouldn't-
presented as 1, 2, 3 plus 4.
I would
Yeah.
not buy this DVD pack if it came with 4.
Really?
I'd be like, do they have the Blu-ray with only 1, 2, and 3?
No, it's a bargain bin. It concludes the Brody family's parent, I guess. I mean, Thea could probably go on in Jaws 5 or 6, I guess. It's all right. I mean, I watched this movie. It's like, it's not like as bad as it's hyped it up to be.
I will say, while I still think it's awful, it's just boring as
It is
fuck.
very boring.
2 kills.
Yeah.
That's it. No stakes. Everyone, quote unquote, dies and then comes back like 5 seconds later, like, hey, look at me, I'm still alive.
And how many kills are there in the original Jaws? 4? Which isn't even that
way
much.
more than that.
No, there's the scuba diver, the girl in front of the beach,
Right.
Quint, the kid.
The old guy on the boat.
Isn't that the scuba diver?
No, the scuba diver.
The old guy in the boat. Okay, let's say the old guy in the boat. 5 kills.
What about the guy in the lagoon gets his leg chopped off? Did he die?
No.
He just got his leg bit off.
And that's 5. And that's not even that much, but 2? For
Yeah.
this long ass movie?
For a
An hour
shark
and a half?
movie?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck this movie. That's where I stand.
It is boring. It's
But
something, but it's bargain bin. I think it's mostly because the franchise carries it.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. But you know what isn't a boring movie? Is our next movie on the docket. One that
On the dock.
on the docket. Oh, on the dock. I get it. You're making a water joke. I thought you were making a docking joke. Yeah, this one I'm just gonna be like, hey, open it up for full conversation. No one has to lead it, even though I'll take the lead slightly on it. Brings us to Jaws 5 in Italy. Cruel Jaws. No association whatsoever with the Jaws films. Was just called Jaws 5 in Italy in order to bring people into the theaters. Not a great white. A tiger shark, as we said.
Well, but all the B reel is all Great white shark.
and scenes from Jaws.
And scenes from Jaws.
Oh, we forgot to mention there is a link between these two movies. In Jaws 4, right before they blow the shark up, it growls.
Oh, yeah.
It comes out of the water and it's like,
Well, every time it gets shocked, it's like...
so this movie also has a growling shark in it. So yes, Jaws, or Cruel Jaws, Jaws 5. Again, like I said, if anyone wants us to do this live, we are more than happy. If not to do it live, I think we're gonna go light on the commentary on this one for this because I just want to sing its praises because it was so
There's
much
a
fun.
lot to say on
There's
it.
a lot
of
say,
moments.
and I'm like, I kind of want to save it for a full episode, but we'll give you guys a little bit of a primer on what this movie is. And I know that's like cheating on our Bargain Bonanza, but this is the first time I've ever watched a movie where I was like, oh, that was actually too good.
I was like, maybe we don't do a bargain bin and we just do an episode on this movie.
on this movie, yeah. But I wanted to do the shark
Because
thing.
it deserves beat by beat.
So let's just lay out the basic plot.
Jaws.
Have you seen Jaws?
This is more, I think...
Have you seen Jaws 3?
Yeah, I was going to say, this is closest to Jaws 3 in my
Have
mind.
you seen The Godfather? Have you seen Miami Connection?
Really, any
Hard Ticket to
80s
Hawaii,
movie, I
any
guess?
80s action movie? Have you seen any 80s beach bum movie? Like it's this movie has. Have you seen Star Wars? This movie has so much going on for it. It has so much going for it that, like I said, we don't want to spoil it on this, but we'll give you a little teaser. This is about a group of people. Who knows what their names are? There's Billy.
Billy.
That's
There's
got it.
Vanessa.
Ged?
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 Really?
Jed?
He's got it. No, it's
Is
not
that
like
the-
Jed. It's like good.
Is that the
Dad? The mullet
the
dad?
aquatic?
Oh,
The
yeah,
really
yeah,
old
yeah.
dad of the
The
girl in the
owners?
wheelchair?
There's a girl in a wheelchair,
What's her name?
and she's the funniest character.
There's sea lions? Oh, she's...
She's like,
I'm not gonna say-
when you get out there, punch that shark in the face. He's like, I'll do it for you, baby.
No, she said something like she would punch in the face.
She said that first, but then when her dad goes out to kill
also,
her,
we forgot to say, her dad is Hulk Hogan.
yes,
It
he has
is.
the mustache
And the hair.
Yes.
He's got the blonde, balding hair.
Did you see the same YouTube comment I saw?
No, I didn't.
Third
Although
comment.
this has like a really good standing on YouTube because it's got like 36 likes but 0 dislikes.
And like
pretty
600
skilled.
views. Okay,
Yeah.
just gonna tell you guys right now before it goes away. This movie is on YouTube in its entirety, and it used to be on there as well, but it was
High
subtitles in Japanese, and it was like at 480p. This is a 1080 rip of the movie. It's fully on YouTube. Just look up Cruel Jaws. You will find it. It was uploaded a few months ago.
Yeah,
I
it's-
don't know how our luck panned out like that, but it was the best way to watch it.
It's probably the best like pirated movie I've seen on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. You know what? Let's just instead of because there really is no plot other than it's Jaws.
It's Jaws.
Dag. His name is Dag.
Dag.
D-A-G.
It's just Dad, but since they're Italian, they
Dag.
said Dag. Oh yeah, this is an Italian film, but I think everyone's American.
But I'm
is.
pretty sure it's filmed in Florida too.
It is
Yeah,
filmed in
filmed in
Florida,
Florida.
but I think they still did the classic Italian thing of where all the voices were dubbed. That's what Italian. Yeah, like have you ever seen Suspiria?
No.
It's in English. It's an Italian movie. There's one actress in it who is who speaks English, and the rest of them all like
They look like they all spoke English.
they learned the lines in English, and then they go back and dub it over with different people. Yes, yeah, that's
Really?
why some of the like delivery and the lines in that movie is so
Yeah.
weird. It's like women with names with S's are snakes. It's like it's a dubbing thing. It's very weird, but I think that's what they did with this movie too. Yeah, give me like a couple of your guys' like favorite moments from this movie.
I'll say I really hated the henchmen that were introduced at the end.
The guy's
Like the guy that's like 5'2" and like like
yo,
constantly
but, like-
running around like I gotta go do stuff.
This movie has every character from film history period ever. Like it's just like they're just like, all right, and now there's a mob subplot.
Also,
Hey, this guy talking to me? What's going on?
the mean rivalry with that one girl that like kind of just wants wiener, but also is just kind of there.
You mean the
and
girl
then
who dies
rival
and her
best
boyfriend's
friend.
just like, whatever.
Vanessa?
No, I'm talking about the main guy's child, or the main villain's child,
Oh,
and then his best friend, and then the girl with the
Gail
short
or
hair
something
that
like
goes
Yeah,
along with
yeah,
them.
the girl who just goes and like has sex with that meatwad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, she has sex with him.
She was
No, they go up on the beach to scare him.
the villain guy.
Oh,
I'm
that's right.
talking about the
guy's-
short blonde-haired girl,
short
not the
blonde
main girl that's like,
was
"Are you
in
gonna
the-
run away and like
Right.
have an affair again this summer?"
We had a little
And he goes,
Romeo
"You
and
know it."
Juliet where basically the aquarium owner's son and the evil guy's daughter were
Yeah.
getting together.
And he's like, I don't want that.
And then the brother was like, "Oh no, you're not gonna go see him. He's a loser."
We're a Marine World family. You're not dating any Sea World people.
I'm talking about the girl that goes with the best friend of the
That's
evil guy.
Vanessa.
Yeah, it's Vanessa. That's
Yeah.
the girl that
That's-
dies and no one cares.
That's Billy's like love
No.
interest.
It's not that one. It's the short-haired, literally short hair, like blowing
Oh,
her
that
hair
girl.
out.
okay,
that girl. Okay,
Yeah,
God,
yeah,
were you
yeah.
guys listening at all?
And to spoil it, she blows.
She
up
also
at the end.
she pours gasoline on herself.
They shoot a flare gun and they.
She's like
explode.
trying to pour it on the shark, but it's clearly dumping on her own head.
When that boat exploded, I literally was like, "What?"
I laughed. I
It was great.
Laughed so hard.
Well, you just talked about one of my favorite
Yeah.
moments, and I keep saying it because I'm getting the character wrong. But Vanessa, who is another love interest
Yeah.
in the movie, gets eaten by a shark, and no one cares.
And well,
Oh, not
Billy's
at all.
like, "Vanessa!"
And then it
Anyways.
switches scenes, and he's like, "All right, so what we got to do?"
Yeah, I just want to give you guys like
The
a
girl,
highlight reel so you're
the
interested.
wheelchair.
The girl with the wheelchair when she gets launched into the water,
She
like
gets-
almost
She had
Mac and
shark
Me
teeth.
style.
She had 2 rows, just like she was a baby shark.
Oh my god, shark genetics mutated.
Oh, with this movie back.
They don't show her mom.
However, I do
Mom
have to
could be a
say,
shark.
linking all 3 of these movies together, it's almost as if Deep Blue Sea ripped off this movie because they mention that the shark came from a part of the ocean where they were
Oh,
doing
yeah.
Navy testing.
No, the shark was on the boat where they were doing.
Oh, so
They were testing on the sharks to make them like militarized.
it is just Deep Blue Sea 2.
It is Deep
Yeah.
Blue Sea 2.
Also, it's just a tiger shark, but all the footage in this movie is a great white.
Yes.
And it's usually the same footage used about 3 times.
Yes.
I just have to say the thing that creeps me out the most about sharks is when they do that bite and their lip rolls back.
It's like the jaw, like the
It's their
attaches.
foreskin.
No.
Pretty
What?
much.
Have you ever seen Uncut Shark?
It's
That's-
just
the
it's just
uncut
had its
sharks-
lips done.
Those uncut sharks are the goblin sharks. Those ones, those
Yeah.
goofy ass mouths. We'll do. You guys ever seen Strange Wilderness?
No.
It's
Nope.
pretty bad. We'll do that on the next Shark Week. It has almost nothing to do with sharks, but the ending is really funny with sharks in it. A helicopter gets pulled down simply by a fishing line.
Yeah, I would think that they would have cut that.
This
thing.
movie's
Well, the
nice
guy's like,
in the way
"Cut
that
it! Cut the
everyone
line!"
dies.
And then he flies down in the water, and the shark's like, that's an animatronic shark for the movie. And it's
Animatronic.
awful.
It is like really just painted gray and white. And that's
It looks like, honest to God, I think this is the perfect way to describe it. It looks like a great white shark head that would be incorporated in a hole at a mini golf place. It's just like comes out, it's like, "Gah!" and it bites the helicopter and pulls it down, and that's it. This movie does have a body count. A lot of
Oh,
people die. in
less
this
than
movie.
right.
Like the windsurfing scene
That was a good one.
where somehow there's I think about 5 sharks in the water.
Yeah, but it's only one.
Because everyone's dying.
They shoot a lot of sharks in this movie, and apparently there's 1 million out there in the water.
This is also, it takes a lot of inspiration from Jaws 3 and the fact that they're like, put up electrical fences underwater.
Yes.
Put up shark nets. Ah.
That's Jaws. That's Jaws 2. Jaws 1.
Jaws 3.
Oh, the plot.
Plus 2 and 3.
2
Yeah,
and 3.
I was
The
like,
struggle
3
of
has
this
them.
movie is just the struggle of Jaws. They're like, I'm not going to close it. We're going to have our big beach weekend.
So dumb.
We're like,
Our gala.
I'm like, look at.
But then for
am I-
some
am
reason,
I in like a bizarro world?
the whole town is run by mafia people that
Pretty
are like
much.
laundering money through hotels, I
That
guess.
was, dude. That's the bet. That is the best out of left field addition to this
Yeah.
movie. Is just like, see, you're gonna get our money. See, and it's like,
But it
where
almost
did
seemed
these
like...
guys come from?
But the guys also had lines that insinuated like they were behind the shark at some point.
yes.
And there were a lot of weird mentions
Like,
by the
if
main
you don't- if you
scientist
don't get a
guy.
handle on this, we'll make sure that shark ruins your weekend.
But like even the main guy is like, he says multiple times, it seems weird. It's like someone's telling the shark to do this.
I'm glad they didn't go that direction
Yeah.
because this
It'd
movie
been
goes a
Jaws.
million other
Because
directions.
I thought the mafia was going to be controlling that shark.
That'd be
I-
Deep Blue Sea 2.
I have to say, when they blow up the shark at the end, and the guys on the boat, Billy,
They're like,
Dag,
yeah.
they're like this, yeah, and then the movie like hard cuts away from that. It's like they're not even that victorious. They just blew a shark up. Any other like wild?
I did like
So the reveal that girl is in a wheelchair is the funniest fucking thing
Oh,
ever.
yeah.
She's swimming in the water with dolphins, and they pick her up and put her in a wheelchair, and the girl with Billy is like, "Aw."
the bully guy, I will say he looks handsome from every angle but the human angle.
Except on
Because you see him from the sides and you're like, God, he's got a body. He's got a really hot face.
And then
But
you
then
see-
like dead on and you're like, whoa, whew,
where'd you come from?
Pepperhead.
Yeah,
This
he's
is a new character?
he's scary looking.
He's
I
terrifying.
kept mixing him up. And he gets eaten by the shark, and then those people light themselves on fire
Yeah.
and explode.
No, he dies in the windsurfing thing.
No,
No, he gets eaten at the end.
because he's like, I'm going to save my dad money and kill the shark myself.
Let me tell you guys
Oh.
right now, I'm going to say it right now. There is a whole lot of white people that look the same in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, very 80s, yeah.
When they put the hook through the meat to draw the shark in that scene, and the girl's like, "My mom's roast," and like keep slapping it. And it
that
looked like the
girl.
same meat they used later in the helicopter scene too. And I'm like,
Yeah.
they probably couldn't afford more meat.
Probably
They
not.
couldn't get
Those
more
look
than
like
one roast.
chicken wings or something. I was like, what is this, a chicken
We got
wing?
hot dogs. We're catching crawdads.
I did like too when the main girlfriend died. There were the dramatic moments of so they're like up on the dock. The girl's in the water, and it's probably like it is low water. It does look low, so there's probably
on
like
the
5
shore.
feet.
Yes.
But like she's like, oh, it's like shooting from the dock down to look at her, and she's doing that like reaching towards the camera and like, no, help, oh, and the people on the dock are like. Not really even reaching their hands
no,
down. They're
it's
like,
because
oh no.
Billy's like, oh, I
Also,
can't
at one
hear
point,
you.
I just remembered. Sorry.
No, see what you're saying.
No, because it's funnier to talk about. But I do want to close out this scene because, like,
Oh.
no one's trying to help her at all.
No, I'm saying it's because the shark's very far away. Because when they show the shark, it's stock footage of a shark in the middle of the ocean, and then she just goes underwater to simulate that the shark grabbed her.
So there is also a really great part where they lose the girl in the wheelchair somehow.
Oh yes.
And that's how she falls into the water.
She
And
gets
it's-
shoved
like-
and flies forward at Mach 3 and hits.
But she
hits
goes
the dock
down, like,
tie-off
the
thing.
cleat.
She goes down like 3 miles of dock.
I told
too.
you, it's like Mac
and
and
people
me.
are running down the dock space, and no one's like, "Hey, should we stop this girl from flying into the water because she's in a wheelchair and has
It's
no
Mac
control?"
and me. It's when he's like going down
Like-
the street with Mac on the back. He's like, ah!
But like this girl's going through crowds, and no one's like, "Hey, grab the girl flying towards the water."
Okay, that's weird.
Oh, she's going the wrong way. Oh,
They got
well.
a shark to focus on. They're a little preoccupied.
Like, get out of here!
Yeah, like I said, I want to save this for a full episode. This is fully a staff pick.
Staff pick all
I
the
feel
way.
like
Staff pick.
I feel bad if you guys feel like you got screwed out of Cruel Jaws, but you're not gonna be screwed out of Cruel Jaws because we're
It
gonna
gave me
cover
a full
it.
staff.
This is
This gives you time to actually go and watch it.
go
on
and
YouTube.
watch it, and then you'll be like, oh my god, maybe
Yeah.
we'll do a video episode for it if we don't do
oh,
a
yeah.
live show.
In the hot tub?
in
We'll
my
do a hot
parents'
tub?
pool.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'll wear a shirt.
Shirtless.
A hot tub stream.
Yeah.
Those are all the rage right now.
I know, we
They
get a hot
are.
tub streamer to join us.
Let's get one of those like inflatable hot tubs from Amazon.
That's how they did it. They said that you're not allowed to be in a bathing suit on Twitch unless it's appropriate. So that's what they all started doing those hot tub streams.
Oh, really?
Because it like circumvents terms of
Oh,
service.
because that one guy sued Twitch because he came on his computer screen and it caught fire.
Huh?
You didn't hear about that? There's this guy that like is
That was
notorious
the
for
most
suing.
out of left
I mean,
field.
I
Yeah.
know.
There's a guy that's notorious for suing like everyone for everything in the online community, and so he said he sued Twitch because it allowed for a girl streamer to go on and she was way too sexy, and it caused him a lot of mental duress, and at one point he was so horny he masturbated and came on his computer screen and it started a fire.
I did not hear that version of the story.
It is hilarious.
That
I've heard-
sounds like-
I know of the story where he like sued one of the streamers because he was like they're too attractive or something like
Yeah,
that.
that's
Oh,
that
yeah.
story. But he like if you go through like his statements, that's part of it. Is he wanted to be reimbursed for setting his laptop screen on fire
Oh.
That
because
sounds
of his
like-
cum.
Him problem.
A Russian woman right now, I just heard this on the last podcast on the left. A Russian woman is suing McDonald's because she saw a advertisement for a triple decker cheeseburger, and it like the magnetism of it was so great that it drew her to it, and she ate it and broke her vegan fast of like 25 years, and she's suing them for like
Wow.
making their ad look too tasty.
Wow.
She should not look at my nude photos.
Oh, all right, and on that
Yeah, triple
note-
decker over here.
No.
No one, just an upper decker. I'll poop
I
on
want to
tops
do
of
it so
toilets.
bad. I want to drop
I
an upper
don't.
decker
I feel so bad.
Ever since I saw it in McGruber, I was like, I'm gonna do that.
So Jaws.
Yeah, no, this is that.
Chomp,
I
chomp.
hope you guys enjoyed these. Again, I'm sorry that Cruel Jaws was so good that we want to talk about it more.
I want to watch it again.
But I think you guys will enjoy it when we do that. I
Yeah,
think
definitely
you'll
go
enjoy
watch it. It's definitely recommended.
watch it while it's on the Yub
Cruel Jaws. You'll find it. It's the first one. It says blank 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 Italian name film. That's the one you want.
Just Cruel Jaws. Yeah.
It just said Cruel Jaws.
Yeah.
Next to it in parentheses, it says.
I didn't
a
even see
blank, blank,
that.
blank
Oh,
film.
I didn't. Yeah.
But yeah, it's a great movie. We really had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun with all three of these, honestly, even though they're awful. We always have fun. Speaking of having fun and awful, next week we are doing The Phantom,
Yes.
starring Billy Zane, everyone's favorite
Purple leotard.
handsome rich guy from Titanic.
Thanks, Billy Zane.
Thanks, Billy Zane.
Great line from Zoolander.
Yeah, I'm very excited for that.
I think
We definitely
I am
didn't
too.
just add it to the docket right now.
Today.
And then we're gonna get through 2 great comedies, and then it kicks off Halloween season with our next Bargain Bonanza. I always like to
Halloweezin.
tease the next Bargain Bonanza. On this Bargain Bonanza, we're doing the Mila Jovovich's husband is directing these films, therefore he has to give her a job. Saga, the Resident Evil films. We will be covering Resident Evil 1 through 3.
We're going to stand under that umbrella.
Ella,
Academy.
My
love
friend
it.
in high school initially thought that the lyrics of that were, "You can stand under my arm, brother." He was so confused for the longest time. He's like, "What the fuck is that?"
My umbrella.
Yes. So next week, 2 weeks, The Phantom, then 2 comedies. I don't want to say them, and then next
Bargain.
Bargain Bonanza is going to be
Resident Evils.
Resident Evil 1 through 3. I thought I was missing something. So like, that's not 4 episodes, but it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's like 2 months from now. Also, I just realized. So
Jeez, is it
each
really?
Bargain Bonanza is 2 months ahead of the next Bargain Bonanza. So yeah, that does it for us here. Don't forget, find all of our links for shirts and all that kind of stuff at linktr.ee/bombsawaypodcast. We have stickers. DM us on our Instagram at Bombs Away Show if you want to grab one of those. $3
They're pretty cool.
shipped to you. They're beautiful stickers.
They are. It's on my water bottle right now.
It's on my water bottle too, man.
What?
Yeah, I love it.
I respect my water bottle.
Wow, that is so mean.
Yikes.
I'm putting one on your water bottle when you turn around. Yeah, at Bombs Away Show on all social media platforms.
On YouTube?
On YouTube, we just put out the Friday the 13th Part 6 video podcast.
Yeah, go watch that.
I think it's really great.
I was flipping through it and it looks really good.
I am
love it.
very proud of it, of how it turned out. It took 4 days to get the video off of my phone because it was 96 gigabytes on my phone.
Jeez.
2 days to record it.
I had to spend $80 to get a cord to take it off my phone. So thank you, Apple. Yeah, that does it for us here at Bombs Away. Thank you guys so much. See you in 2 weeks for The Phantom with Billy Zane. Goodbye.
Not of the opera.
Bye, Shark!
Is that a shark that likes boys and girls?
Stay out of my butthole. It's Shart Week.